watching Let's Chat.
Welcome back to Let's Chat. Today we are celebrating a large birthday of one of our favorite radio stations. Joining us to give us all the news and celebrate is Mr. Ted Goki. Good morning, Ted.
Hey, Jess, good morning. Thanks for having us on.
Of course, our pleasure as always. Happy birthday to J103.
Yeah, 25 years. In fact, it's so funny. When we first signed on the air, there were a lot of people in towns like, we give them 6 months and they'll be gone. 25 years, here we are.
Right, 25 years later. Why do you think a lot of people did not expect to be celebrating this birthday with you?
Well, there were some other great radio stations here in town that were Christian family-friendly stations, and they were either listener-supported and there wasn't enough support for it financially, or they were corporate sponsors and there wasn't enough corporate sponsors at the time to do that. And so God gave our president, Bob LaBelle, the idea of a hybrid model where half of our budget comes from listener support and the other half comes from commercials, and God's made it work for 25 years. And this year especially, we saw where corporate sponsors fell off, but God raised up the donations. So everybody wants it, and here we are.
Right. He always provides a way for his work, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
You just mentioned that of course, being, Christian radio station, being family friendly, J103 has a very unique concept and a very strong concept of what family friendly means. Will you explain that to us?
Well, it's all about hope and encouragement. It's all about making sure, in the media, the things that are bombarding us every single day can be really negative and can really be divisive. And so we make sure that everything that we say on the morning, when I'm on the morning show, I always make sure that whatever I talk about, that I never have to ask somebody permission to talk about it with their kids in the back seat. And so it's always safe, it's always inspiring, always encouraging. And for the last, 11, 12 years, Chattanooga has voted us #1 radio station in the Times Free Press Best of the Best. And there's a lot of incredible radio stations here in town. So that's a huge humbling experience for us.
Perfect. All right. And I want to talk about what you think the difference that you individually, as a station, J103 and PCM as a company have made in Chattanooga. I know you're out in the community a lot.
Wow.
I know you've seen this happen over the past couple years as well.
Yeah, everything like the tornadoes back in April. There are so many incredible organizations and nonprofits that do so much good in our area. And the fact that we have no problem whatsoever in giving airtime and highlighting and spotlighting and focusing on those and letting people know where they could go for help. That's one of our key values, is to minister to other ministries, to encourage them and promote them. And then also just the hope and encouragement every day. We hear from moms and dads every single day that get up and are having a bad day, and the right song at the right time touches them and impacts them and turns their whole life around, or that day around. And so it's just hopeful, positive, encouraging programming.
Yeah, that exactly has happened to me before. Just that right song, right when you need it. All right, talk to me a little bit more real quick. I want to talk about the birthday celebrations, but I also want to give you the opportunity to remind everyone that you're not just the radio station. You're actually 4 different platforms.
Yeah, real quickly, we want to be where people are. And 25 years ago when we started, radio is where you reach people in the car. Well, people since then have gone to live events, like Mickey was on there talking a minute ago about the Here Come the Mummies and all of that. People wanted live events. And so J-Fest came along and we started promoting J-Fest. Had to cancel it this year, but it'll be back next year, May 22nd. And then J-Radio is our internet-based social media digital platform, and then videos through ComeOnLet'sGo.com. So those 4 things all kind of rolled up to meet people exactly where they are.
Perfect. All right, Ted, we have about a minute left. Let's talk about how you are celebrating the big 25th birthday.
2 ways, real quickly, and they're in the same week. Coming up on Sunday, October 25th, we've got live Christian music returning to the Tennessee Valley at the Tennessee River Park on Amnicola. You've got For King and Country, the #1 touring band in all of Christian music, and we've got them here. They're bringing in the stage and all that, but we only have room for 510 socially distanced cars. So you can get tickets for that at j103.com. And then also on the 27th, a chance for you to go virtual with us as we celebrate what God has done for the 25 25 years, and we've got tons of artists that all wanted to be a part of that. So you're going to hear some of your favorites like Michael W. Smith, Stephen Curtis Chapman, Matthew West is co-hosting with me, Sidewalk Prophets, and many, many more. So it's just going to be a lot rolled up into 1 week. We didn't really plan it to be in 1 week, but that's just the way it happened.
Hey, go big or go home, right, Ted?
I guess so. We'll take a good nap after that.
All right, 2 great ways to soak in some live music in 2 different formats as 2020 is keeping us on our toes, and we are adapting and overcoming. Jay, what's the best way to get tickets?
Yeah, just go to J103.com, or if you want to register for the 20.
All right, thanks so much, Ted. Happy birthday.